Democrats have mostly controlled this country. Trump had it for 4. The Obamas and Biden had it for the rest of the time. And somehow, it's still all Trump's fault, and somehow she hasn't been at the center of it.
If Donald Trump says this, hands down he'll win. The greatest talking point of all time. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get you a DEI shirt. Didn't earn it. That's what DEI means. Get you one of these shirts. Link will be in the description section. Discount code will pop up here. Like and subscribe to the channel. And a big shout out to everybody that have helped me with the Save the Storks campaign to get the medical mobile clinic right here in Phoenix. Shout out to y'all, man. We're at 96,000. We're probably, when they update it, we're at 100,000. We're trying to raise 150. We almost there. Like, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, just whooping them. Just on CNN, whooping them. I don't, this right here, what this gentleman is going to say, it sums up the entire campaign of Kamala Harris. And every American who really care or have any common sense, unless you just vote in party line, this should be a contributing factor to how you vote and who you decide to vote for. I don't know why everybody's not talking about this. Donald Trump, during his debate, during his speeches, should use this talking point every single time because it's the most relevant, the most accurate, and the most consistent talking point about why Kamala Harris should have no chance at presidency, or the Democrats. Don't listen to me, roll the clip.
In all these speeches, as good as they were, is that she's in the White House right now. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. And for all of the talk about division and the problems in the country and people are hurting, Democrats have mostly controlled this country. Trump had it for 4. The Obamas and Biden had it for the rest of the time. And somehow, it's still all Trump's fault, and somehow she hasn't been at the center of it. So to me, that's still the glaring hole in this campaign that hasn't yet been solved at the convention. How do you explain all of the problems that will be solved by the person who is currently in there for the last 3.5 years, who is supposed to already be working on solving it? But
you see, none of them could even speak. None of them even wanted to rebut that because it's the truest statement of all time. Now, they spent the whole DNC bashing Trump and saying it's all his fault. They cannot. I'm going to play the clip of it just so y'all know, just so you don't think Brandon made this up. They can't accept what he just said. They had the country for 16 years. Black people, look at me. I need the big screen. Black people, they've had your vote for the last 60 years. And y'all still complaining about the communities not being, y'all have voted for Democrats unanimously, almost unanimously, for like 60 years. And now all of a sudden Kamala Harris is going to make it better? 60 years. And black people, I think the black community is not as further, they're not far along like they should be. The schools aren't getting any better. The violence is definitely not getting any better. Single motherhood is not getting any better. None of these things, black people are going in the wrong direction. And the Democrats supposed to solve it this time? That's like the woman, that's like the man that beat his wife up all the time. And she keep going back to back to back. You know, this time he ain't gonna hit me. This time he told me he loved me. This time he's going to counseling. This time his mama said he's changed. He ain't changed. He has shown you no evidence of changing. Quit trying to be hopeful and look at the facts. They ain't changing. And you know that man that's whooping you every night? When he done with you, he finna go get somebody else. That's all he gonna do. He ain't finna recover your emotions. He not finna build your community. He not finna help your schools. He just gonna move on to the Hispanics. The Democrat abuser is gonna move on to the Hispanic population because they don't need you no more. They ain't gonna fix it for you. They're not going to counseling for you. They're not gonna change. They moving on. That's what they're doing. And what are they doing this time? Kamala Harris gonna do you right this time, I promise. All right, I want y'all to see the clip of how they just literally went on a rampage just bashing Donald Trump. And with what you heard here, tell me if this makes sense in the comment section. Roll the clip.
And you know what else? Kamala Harris, she likes dogs. And my dog, Cha-Cha, likes her. Dogs are good judges of character. So are cats. We cannot elect a president who does not like dogs or hangs around with people who shoot them. Let's be serious. Donald Trump and his minions call Kamala a communist. I know communism. I fled communism from Nicaragua when I was 8 years old. I don't take it lightly. And let me tell you what communist dictators do. And it's never just for one day. They attack the free press. They call them the enemy of the people, like Ortega does in Nicaragua. They put their unqualified relatives in cushy government jobs so they can get rich of their positions, like the Castros do in Cuba. And they refuse to accept legitimate elections when they lose and call for violence to stay in power, like Maduro is doing right now in Venezuela. Now, you tell me something. Do any of those things sound familiar? Is there anybody running for president who reminds you of that? And I know one thing, it's not Kamala Harris. That is not the America we love. It's not the land of freedom we treasure. Last night, we heard President Biden say that he loves his job, but he loves his country more. Every American needs to love our country more. Every American has the duty to put our country first. Country first before party. Country first before political ambition. Country first before habit. And in this election, putting country first means one thing and one thing only: voting for Kamala Harris.
Now, unfortunately, we know what comes next. We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. It just goes on and on and on. The other day I heard someone compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day. Now, from a neighbor, that's exhausting. From a president, it's just dangerous.
See? Y'all tell me that this makes sense. All they doing is bashing Trump. Trump and the Republicans didn't even mention Joe Biden. They mentioned what they want to do for the country and the condition that the country's in and how they're going to solve it. All they do is bash Trump. That's all they got in the arsenal. Bad Trump, bad Trump, bad Trump. Don't vote for us. You just need to vote against Trump. That's all they got. Comment in the comment section. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.